Hi everyone, welcome back to Be Rich. It's me, Vinod. I hope you're doing well, having a wonderful day. At least had a wonderful day because it's evening now, and you're settled in to talk about Intel. I did promise after the ITC video that I would talk about an American stock. The American company which I wanted to talk about is one of Anand's favorite, and my favorite too, is Intel. Intel has a long history with our family because initially when we were starting business, we were trading in IT goods. We started with dot matrix printers and typewriters, then we moved into computers, and assembling computers is something which I did way back in my youth when I was helping my brother out with his PC business. We would head out to Ritchie Street and we'd buy processors and motherboards and memories and come back home and sit and assemble them, load operating systems and sell them. That was one of the first business ventures me and my brother were into way back in the day. So Intel that way is a company which I'm very fond of because it was a staple of our business back then. And of course, coming from computer science and computer science engineering, computing is basically the foundation block was laid by Intel when they launched their processors, and personal computing PCs became synonymous with everything and anything we do now today. So that Intel has that soft spot in Anand's mind and my mind and in our heart. That's why we always like Intel, and we've always been investing in Intel. It's something which we've been doing. And of late, the company has gone wayward, as they say, and after a failed attempt by a CEO in 2024, we got a new CEO and they've rejigged and they've made news recently. It's not a recommendation from us. It's not a consideration from us. It's something we are doing, and I thought I'd talk about it because a lot of you are asking about moonshot bets or long shot, is it possible kind of bets, and Intel is one of those right now. Why? I kind of explained in this video why Intel could be a moonshot or it may not. You can't see the future. I don't claim to be able to see the future, but Intel is a great company and has a strong brand, and it has a lot of smart people in it trying to do good for the investors and revive the company and revive the fortunes of the company and the brand. And it made news recently. Of course, it's been having a lot of bad press, and that has been taking a beating on their stock, and the stock price is selling at a discount. But they made recently news a few days back about their processor. Intel's got a new processor called Arc B580, and it's a GPU, and it's finally come out with a product which is giving NVIDIA a run for the money. Why is this such a remarkable product? Yes, it is sold out everywhere, and Intel is trying to busily make more of it and supply the market and meet the demands of the market. One, it's low cost. Second, it's performing very well in gaming and AI features. Power consumption and efficiency is very good. Whomever has been able to even get their hands on it are saying remarkable things about it. And Intel's own benchmark performance, which they've shared, are showing very good numbers compared to NVIDIA. Of course, the processor has to come out and we have to have third-party benchmarks done and put to the test and see what happens. But the initial numbers and the data which is coming out looks great, and that is some good news for Intel investors. Some good news we've been waiting for some time, and finally some good news has arrived. But is this going to create a situation where Intel can boomerang and come back and become a dominant player all over again? Is something to wait and watch. The reason why I'm saying it, we have to wait and watch is they have done it in the past. Way back in the 1980s, believe it or not, Intel was not a processor manufacturing company. It was a memory chip manufacturing company way back in the 80s. And they used to make lots of memory chips and they were selling them and they were doing quite well. Then came the Japanese with their mass manufacturing, and Intel started facing stiff competition from the Japanese because from being a specialized product, memory chips became a commodity product because Japanese were manufacturing at a lower cost at a much larger scale, and Intel was slowly being squeezed. Their margins were being squeezed. At the time, Andy Grove decided to pivot and move into processors, leading to the famous x86 processor. That's just history, as they say, because the x86 processor was the base of our PC computing age, where all of us were using the processors from the x86 to the 486, of course, then the 586, then the Pentiums and the Pentium core. Rest is history, as I say. But they did do it. And during that time was a very troublesome time for Intel during the 1980s when they were pivoting from memory to processors. Of course, it was a different time, it was a different environment, but the company managed to move and pivot. And they did have Andy Grove at the time, which there is no Andy Grove right now. But it has been done in the past. Who are their main competition Intel is facing the biggest resistance from? Well, the market leader is NVIDIA. NVIDIA, being the top dog right now, is facing stiff competition from all sides. One, they're having an antitrust case put against them in China. That could be basically due to geopolitical tensions they're facing because of being caught between the crossfires of China and US. The other is they're facing competition from Broadcom and Marvell. Marvell and Broadcom are creating AI processors and chips and AI infrastructure, which is giving NVIDIA a run for their money. And they're having supply chain issues, and which has all led to NVIDIA stock price correcting by 15% from the all-time high in November. So is this an opportunity for Intel? I would say yes. As a fan of Intel and enthusiast of Intel, it is an opportunity. Is it going to create what we want to see? That is something we'll have to wait and watch. The initial processor has been great by tech geeks who are reviewing it. They're saying great things. And even analysts are looking at this and they're saying great things about it for the company and the company's earnings and future finance. The main competition in the AI chip space right now is NVIDIA, AMD, Huawei, Apple, Google. And if you look at them in terms of price to earnings, Intel is one of the cheapest ones there. Of course, Google is also there at 25, but Google is more than a processor company. Of course, I've spoken in another video about Google and the prospects of investing in Google, but Intel is there. And I do hope, as an investor in Intel and a brand loyalist of Intel, that I do see that it turns around. This is something to wait and watch. This is a moonshot bet, as they say. Is this going to take Intel from 24 earning all the way to 50, meaning double your investment? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it'll go further down before it starts going up again. This is something to wait and watch. It is, of course, good news. There are a lot of people out there who are claiming that Intel is a company you should definitely be considering now. I suppose I'm also one of those. But more than the AI chip, I've always strongly believed in the brand, and I believe that they will be able to bounce back and come back swinging, as they say. Even Anand believes this. But this is a big gamble. That is why I want to warn you with so many caveats before you venture out. Currently, where Intel is, it is not in a good place. It is facing immense pressure. Is this going to be the saving silver bullet for Intel? I don't know. I really don't know. I hope so. But we'll have to wait and watch. This is what I wanted to bring you today. Because of all this AI news and AI stocks, AI bubble, Intel is part of that same group. So when the AI bubble does burst, when there's a huge correction in AI, when it does happen, Intel will also be taking a beating at that time. Of course, the beating will not be as severe as someone sitting at 73 times earnings. Being at 24 times earnings, there's only so much beating room there is to take a beating, but it will take a beating. So keep all that in mind. And as always, do your own research. My research is very different from your research, and your research should be giving you confidence in the brand and the product. So I strongly suggest that you do more reading about Intel, especially about this new chip. What are the prospects of this chip? And do a little bit of deep diving and gain some ground and footing in it before you decide to invest into Intel if it is based on this information. Other than that, nothing else more to say. I do wish you a wonderful day ahead, and see you again in another video soon. Thank you for watching Be Rich, as always. See you tomorrow with another one. Bye.
Hey guys, that my uncles Vinod Srinivasan, Anand Srinivasan and I have rolled out our Substack, which is basically a blog/newsletter where we're going to post our original research onto it, and we've analyzed macroeconomic trends. And a lot of you know my uncle Anand Srinivasan and I regularly write for The Hindu, and these articles are also going to be made available for you in the Substack. The link is moatinvesting.substack.com. You'll find it in the description and in the video right now. We hope you go check it out. We've put a lot of time and effort into it. And please give us comments and feedback on what you read. Thank you.